time it was there. You saw exactly what happened. And here comes Eddie Gilbert, a rather somber-looking Eddie Gilbert, as a matter of fact. He's not dancing out here, doesn't have on the shades, and his hot stuff outfit and all of that sort of thing here today. Eddie, we've just seen the entire videotape. We saw you hit your own brother with the fire. I saw Dream Machine, Tommy Rich, Atom Bomb all attack you there.
Well, I saw the same thing, Dave.
Well,
I felt it. This past week, I stood back there just a while ago watching the monitor, just like you. A lot of things went through my head. I tell you, a lot of things that night that went through my head. I've done a lot of bad things.
Yeah, you have. And that's kind of what I was thinking when we were watching there, that in a way you were kind of getting maybe what was due.
Exactly. That's just what I was thinking about back there and everything. But I just want everyone to know right from the start set of this, of me talking today, that if for 1 second that anybody in this country, in this area, in the USWA, you, Dave Brown, Corey Macklin, Eddie Marlin, anybody thinks for 1 second that today I am coming out here to say I'm sorry for anything I've ever done here, you're completely wrong. I'm very proud of my past, and I'm very proud of what my future's going to be. The only people right now that better worry about their future are the people that took a boot to me, a person that kicked me in the ribs when I was down, a big old giant that thinks he's something. You better worry a lot right now what's on my mind, and that's what I want to talk about, what's on my mind right now. All week, I've had all week to think about this. I've had all week to try to come to a conclusion of what to do, what's the next move. I've always been good at these plans, to come up with the right plan, at the right time of attack, to come up with the most devious, the most cleverest plans in professional wrestling, and you know that, right?
Well, I've got to admit that point. Yeah, you come up with plans. I don't always like them, but you do come up with plans.
That's right, I do. I do. I come up with the best plans. And what I would like to do right now is that I would like to call someone out here because I want to ask him something, and I want to talk to him right out here in front of everybody. I don't want to pull any punches. And Brian Christopher, if you're back there watching the monitor, I wish you would come out here right now, if it's okay with you, Dave. I just want to talk to this guy, Brian. If you're back there watching, if Eddie Marlin can see this, and get Brian.
There he is. Eddie, I don't want any trouble out here. I mean, you've just said you're not apologizing for a thing you've done in the past.
I am not.
And I know you and Brian have had trouble in the past here, and I don't want any trouble out here today, even though I did see in the videotape that Brian came to help. Now, let's keep this calm here.
All right. First off, what is it, Eddie? First off, I'm glad you took the time to come out here. I really am. After watching that tape, after knowing what happened this past week, and the way I felt, I remember at the end of the match, and I was standing there out on the floor, and I looked around when I wiped the blood out of my eyes, and I see you standing there, and I see Jerry Lawler over here to the right, which I really don't want to talk about that right now. But I look, and I see you. And the first thing I'm thinking about, a lot of things just happen in our world all the time. We never thought that the wall would come down in Berlin, but it did. I never thought I'd ever see Brian Chris for whatever reason you had to come back to the ring. I don't know what that was and don't really care. The only thing I know at the end, and I was feeling real bad. I can tell you about pain from that. I felt real bad. When I wiped the blood out, I see you standing there. So I left that night and all week going, man, I want to go after and get a piece of these guys real bad, in the worst way. But I'm not stupid. Not stupid. Well, what you may think otherwise, but I don't really care right now, okay? All right? I don't really care whether you think I'm stupid or whatever you think about me right now. I've just got one thing to ask you. When a person goes into war, when he goes into battle, he wants to have the greatest group of fighters that he can get and gather around him when he goes in there. All right? So what I'm asking you is, will you be my partner against these guys?
Brian, think about this.
Will I be your partner? Will I be Eddie Gilbert's partner? Will I be your partner? How soon you forget, Eddie Gilbert?
What?
How soon you forget?
Forget what?
I guess when they were bashing your head in Do you know why they were bashing your head in? It's because you came running out there trying to burn me. That's right. Not for the first time, but for the second time. Because right there, you burned me once before. Right out here, right in that ring, Eddie Gilbert. How soon you forget. But I did come running out there to try and save you. Just because for a split second, I felt sorry for you. While they were busting you over the head.
You felt sorry for me.
For a split second, I did. And now you have the audacity to ask me to be your partner after everything you've done in the past, everything you've done to me, everything you've done to Jerry Lawler, all the ripping up of the jackets here of Sam Bass, busting the pitcher, everything you've done. Now you want me to be your partner?
Dave, what do you think?
Well, I agree with Brian. I mean, you know what?
Talk about you're not stupid. I'm not stupid either, Eddie Gilbert. And you talk about all these plans you've had. Yeah. What makes me think this is not just another one of those devious plans of yours? Huh?
Okay, hold it. I feel like we're Ross Perot and Al Gore out here for a second or something, okay? Let me just say something to you now, because you're starting to make me just a little bit mad with what you're saying.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you made me a lot mad in the past.
Wait a minute. Dave, listen to me here. Listen to me out. Okay. How soon we forget, all right. How many months ago was it, Dave, that I remember tuning in to the TV station here, and I remember seeing a thing that happened. Jeff Jarrett out here with Jerry Lawler, and Eddie Marlin came out here and said, the computer has given us the third man, the best wrestler in the USWA to defend the USWA against the WWF, and that man is Brian Christopher, right?
Yeah.
And then when you came out here, they questioned you. They said, how can we trust you, Brian Christopher? Now, all of a sudden today, you're Mr. Self-Righteous. You went through what I'm going through today just a few months ago. You know exactly what I'm talking about. No, you're not stupid, and neither am I. But what I'm asking you to do is maybe just for one night, just put everything behind you. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Just think about it. Just think about it. You're the man I want. You're the man I know that gets the job done. You're the man just admit it.
Why me?
Well, just admit it. When you look in the mirror, Brian Christopher, you're really seeing me.
Oh, my gosh. You dream when I look in the mirror I was seeing you.
See, once again, you jump to conclusions. That's not what I'm talking about. Who was together? Who was the one that got into your mind and said, hey, pull those chains out. Pick up a chair. Knock them in the head. Pull out some salt and throw it. Pull out some powder and throw it. Do some sneak attacks. Run in from behind. If you have to throw out fire, throw fire. Do whatever you have to do. That's the man I'm talking about. That's the man I want to be my partner. Now, will you be my partner?
I'll tell you what. You were the man that got me to pull the chains out.
Yeah.
You were the man that got me to use the chairs, to do whatever it took. Yeah. I guess you were the man that put the gold around my waist, we could say.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what, Eddie.
You're still not sure, though, are you? You're still not sure. You're still not sure? Here, just a second. Just a second. Come on.
I'm still not sure, and the fans still aren't sure either.
Okay. You got it, Eddie Gilbert. You got it. And boy, this week you're gonna get it, because you're gonna regret ever messing with Brian Christopher and ever turning your back on Eddie Gilbert. You got it, Eddie Gilbert.
All right.
Now the handshake of partners coming up this week. I'm still a little uneasy about all of this. I don't mind telling you.
Listen, I understand the reason of uneasiness.
Well, we know your history.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I just want a match. Now, there's one other minor detail that I would like to take care of right now. And that is that I would like to also, one other person, if he's watching the monitor back there, I would like to call out here, and that is my brother, Doug Gilbert.
Well, Yeah, here he is. He was in a match earlier and still showing the effects of that burn where Eddie threw fire, missed Brian Christopher, and here's where it ended up, right on the side of his neck.
I just talked to the producer back there, and he told me you've been out here talking a whole lot, so let's just get to the point, okay?
Okay, all right. Listen, first off, now it's very obvious to everybody that the history between me and you, and as soon as this past week happened and the accident that happened to you, and you know it was an accident, you know that better than anybody. But I know this week also that you and I haven't really touched base with each other. A lot of people have asked me this week, how does Doug feel about this? I'm sure they've asked you. We really have not had a chance to talk about this. I know this is not the place to talk about anything like this. So that's the reason why I just want to get to the point here. And you are my brother. And I do want to ask one more favor of the promotion, but most off of my brother. What I want you to do and what I want to ask of you is, since Brian Christopher has, just wait just a second, since Brian Christopher has agreed to be my partner, hold it, just let me finish. Since he has, and you know the guys.
No,
wait a minute,
you hold it, you hold it 1 minute. No, you hold it. Brian Christopher, you have asked the world's biggest punk to be your partner? Are you kidding me? Is this a big joke or what? Where are you coming from?
Just listen to me. No, just listen to me. Just listen to me. I want to try to cover every base in this situation. I know what we're up against. I know the situation with some of the referees here in the past few weeks. They get knocked down. I need no, wait a minute.
You know what? You must not know where you're coming from. No, don't ask me nothing. I got a real important match, and that needs to be where my mind is.
I haven't asked you anything yet.
Go ahead.
Okay. I know you have an important match, and I don't even really want to ask your opinion about anything. I just want to ask a favor and a service from you, okay? What I want to ask you to do is, I would love for you to be the man to come to the ring this week to be the special referee for this tag match.
You're telling me with Brian Christopher as your partner, you want me to come and be your special referee after you get a good camera shot of this. You see that?
This is not the place to talk about this. Listen, everybody knows if you have a brother, sister, anybody out here in this crowd, anybody at home watching right now, Dave, you may have brother, sister, I don't know. You don't always get along. You always have different opinions about everything. I'm not asking your opinion about Brian Christopher. What I'm asking your opinion in your favor of, you are my brother. We're going to have differences in the future. We've had our differences in the past. Everybody knows that. What I'm asking you is for one night to come to the ring, to be the man that I know you are. Nobody's going to mess with you in that ring, and I know that, and you know that too. And that's the reason why I want you to be the special referee. You are my brother, Doug, bottom line. Through thick or through thin, anything else can matter. What I'm asking you is, bottom line, as a favor to me, as a brother, will you be the special referee for me and Brian Christopher's partners against these guys?
Okay, I think I know where you're coming from. Okay, I'll be a special referee. But I want you to know one thing before you walk off. I've never liked Brian Christopher, and you tell him if nobody is going to lay a hand on me, and you tell him to make most definitely sure that he don't even try, okay?
I will.
Eddie, let's wrap this up.
Okay.
I think you got everything you want here. And
No, I don't. When I'll have everything that I want is whenever we're finished in the ring, and whenever anybody else gets any ideas around here about who you're going to try to run over, you better just remember something. I grew up here. This is my home. I'm always going to be here no matter what. You want to start picking on somebody here, you better leave and go somewhere else. Bring a lot of friends this week because I am just getting started. I may just pull the greatest and the biggest out of my bag this week because this will be mine, hell or high water.
Eddie Gilbert, the match is not official. I'm going to have to check all this with Eddie Marlin right here, but I'm still worried about it. Brian is his partner, his brother is a referee. We'll check it out. Be back in a moment.
Now more than